Okay, you're tuning into CiTR 101.9 FM. This is a show called Stranded, the Australian Canadian Music and Talk Show. My name's Matt, and you heard a track there from a band called Goatboys, featuring our special studio guest today, Daniel Martin. Hello, Daniel.
Hi, brother. How are you?
Very good. Thanks for coming down to the station, and you're one of the valiant people who hops on the bus coming all the way down, and I always value that in special guests to put the work in.
Yeah, right after work, out of a tree to the studio.
So you do something nature-oriented then, I guess?
Yeah, I climb and I prune trees. Like a monkey.
That's, today I couldn't imagine a better thing to be doing.
Yeah, it was great. You sit up at the top of a tree and you're looking at the mountains, and it's pretty peaceful up there. Not so good when it's raining, though.
And you'll be actually getting a lot of nature this weekend as well, because you're one of the guests at the Salish Sea Islanders Festival. It's the inaugural gathering on Gabriola Island at Twin Beaches Mall. So we'll talk a little bit about that. But first up, the track that we played there was called Merville by Goatboys. What can you tell us about that?
Well, I have an older brother who lived in Vancouver for years, and they had a band called Slam and Jack. And some of the members were from Merville, and my brother had his, it was called a love party, but it was more his like pre-party before his wedding in Merville, and there were so many amazing people there, so many amazing musicians, and I got really inspired and wrote that song. So every time I think about it, I wish I was in Merville.
Now, excuse my ignorance, but I'm not from around here. Where is Merville?
Merville is a small town on northern Vancouver Island between Courtenay and Campbell River on the north side of the island.
Right, okay.
Northeast.
Oh, wonderful. I can just imagine, yeah. It must be beautiful there. Well, easy to be inspired in this part of the world at this time of year, as I'm sure you will be at the Salish Sea Islanders Festival, as I will be, because I'll be there as well. So, Daniel, you've brought a guitar down as well.
Absolutely. Never leave home without it.
Yeah. Well, would you like to get straight into a song?
Sure. I'll play a song called Chances that I wrote last summer on the Yukon River. I decided to take a canoe and canoe most of the Yukon, and I had an old guitar with me, and this song was inspired by that trip.
Great. Daniel Martin, our special studio guest today on Stranded.
I start acting like a dick, the same old shit that makes me sick. I'm living this life like it's someone else. A lucky star ain't in my cards, and I'll never stack the deck. I'll take my chances right until all my dreams are gone.
This is Pastor Bilal, and you're listening to CiTR 101.9 FM in Vancouver.
Awesome live music here on the show. This is Stranded, and that was Daniel Martin of Goatboys. Awesome song. It's got quite an anthemic quality to it. Has anyone said that before?
Nope.
Yeah.
No, never heard that one before.
Oh, yeah, I found it quite catchy. And again, inspired by this part of the world.
Absolutely. It was, I think we did a 1,000-kilometer canoe trip, and I was pretty much in the middle of nowhere, and it was just on a beach with my guitar, and it was one of the best moments of my life, and that's what came out of it. And I did write another song that I'm not going to play you, but I found a whole bunch of fool's gold that I filled up my canoe with a bunch of fool's gold, and took it for about 400 kilometers and found out it was fool's gold.
It didn't weigh you down too much?
Actually, it did. A couple inches from the top, but maybe I'll play that one.
I mean, that sounds like the kernel of an interesting song, but no pressure, you know. But I mean, is that a song that someone could find online, or is it
no? That one, these songs that you're hearing are going to be on my next record, which I'll be recording and releasing in the fall.
All right. Well, in the meantime, there is a SoundCloud link, Goatboys Rock, soundcloud.com/GoatboysRock. Yeah. And so, you know, you guys describe yourself as bluegrass rock party band out of Vancouver. What's the origins of the band?
Well, my roots are punk rock, and it's kind of hard traveling around with an electric guitar, so that's why I have this old hunker here. So then if you play punk rock with an acoustic guitar, it kind of sounds like bluegrass. And some of the musicians I've been playing with are super, super talented, and some of the best pickers on the West Coast. So I guess it brought the folk out of me. And so now I guess it's a mix of punk rock and bluegrass.
It does sound powerful enough with an acoustic, that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can have the punk spirit and it can take you anywhere. You don't necessarily have to have the Gibson SG plugged into the Marshall or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's great. So, and what was that song again, the one you just played?
It's called Chances.
Chances, that's right. Yeah. Daniel Martin, and how long has Goatboys been around?
We've been playing together. Kalo, who's the drummer, he's my best friend here on the West Coast. We've been playing together since 2006. And then we've had a handful of musicians join us, a handful of bass players. Yeah, we continue to play after all these years. I do a lot of traveling, so it's not a consistent band, but anytime I'm back in Vancouver, we always get together for a few shows and some festivals like the one on the weekend.
So your travel, is that for work or for
music? Yeah.
Often for music.
I've been on the road for a little while, I guess you could say, and it's always brought me back to the West Coast. I can't get away from it.
Then are you born and bred here?
No, I'm born in a small town on the Ontario-Quebec border called Cornwall. I grew up in a little fishing village called Baynesville, and I left in 2002, and I hitchhiked out here to visit my brother, and haven't left.
Oh, well, excellent. Well, it's been British Columbia's gain to have you and your musical spirit,
thank
and the studio here today. I'd love to hear another track if you've got if you have it in you to play today, and then maybe then we'll come back and talk about the festival that's coming up this weekend. Okay, Daniel. Would you like to play another song?
Absolutely. I'll play you a song called My Everything.
With follow the breeze. All I can do is just stay. And as I go on with my life, like a weekend breeze, without a look of despair, there's an easy way out. This is my world. This is my everything. Take a look at my soul, and I can do anything. This is my world. This is my everything. Figure it out. Yeah, figure it out. This is my world, and this is my everything. You take a look at my soul, and I can do anything. This is my world, and this is my everything, and I'll figure it out. And I'll figure it out. This is my world.
Thanks again, Daniel Martin, for another live track here in the studio for Stranded, the Australian Canadian Music and Talk Show. And so that's another new one that's not anywhere recorded
No, only here.
Yeah.
First time ever played on the radio.
yet. I quite like, I've noticed actually, I've had a number of guests now, and I'm impressed with the amount of people who come in and do that. And I think it takes a lot of guts really to play brand new songs to the world like that, and it's cool. That one I could see that one being done with an electric treatment too. That's
Oh,
very
yeah.
punk.
That's a rock. Yeah.
What are some of your punk sort of heroes?
Well, I'd have to say, Fat Mike of NoFX is one of my heroes. We'll say Dave Grohl of Nirvana and Foo Fighters. Also, most members of the Grateful Dead. Actually, they've opened my mind musically with their ways and their community. Yeah, I'd say those are my big three.
Okay. And speaking of community, we do have a festival coming up this weekend that you'll be playing at. It's called the Salish Sea Islanders Festival on Gabriola Island. And as I said, I'm going to mention this again for folks who are interested. You can receive free tickets. The first people to email us at ozstranded@fastmail.fm can get tickets to go to the Salish Sea Islanders Festival this weekend. It goes from tonight, Friday, it's already started, all the way through to June 29th, that's a Sunday, at Twin Beaches Mall, Gabriola Island. And Daniel will be playing there with Goatboys. And what can you tell us about Gabriola? Have you been there before? Or?
Yeah, after I came back from the wilderness in the Yukon, I moved to Gabriola Island. And it's a beautiful little Gulf island. Just so many trees and so many lovely people. It's a little quieter than I would have hoped for. I'm used to the big city and all the fun you could have here, but I was playing at a local open mic on Gabriola Island, and I had met Erin that night, and she really liked my song, so we kept in touch, and I got an email asking if I'd be interested in playing, and I told her that I didn't live on Gabriel anymore, but she'd still like to have us come play. So then we agreed. So we play Friday night. We play at 7:30 till 9, and then Saturday after the festival, there's an after party at the Skull Pub, where myself and the Goatboys will be playing from 10 till close, which will be maybe 1 or 2, whenever we run out of songs.
Oh, that's going to be fun, and I'll be there myself. By the time that you're listening to this, I would have already played. I'm a fairly new performer, and Erin has invited me as well. I'm really excited, and I'm playing on the Friday afternoon, which is after this has already been to air, because this is pre-recorded today, folks. So, but it's good that now we know when listeners, you can still be able to get down for the Saturday as well to see Goatboys there at the Skull. Another great band I'm a big fan of is Shed, and they're playing. Actually, I've got the copy of the poster here. Are you familiar with? I'm actually not too familiar with many of the names here. Are there any that you know of there?
Yeah, there's a few locals that. There's a few locals from Gabriel that I'm looking forward to hear. Sly Jones is actually a friend of mine. He'll be rapping one of the nights, and Miles Black is a friend of a friend. On Sunday there's actually a couple acoustic acts that I'm looking forward to as well. I think there's a reggae band that's closing out the night on Saturday night, which will be a good show. I think they're from one of the northern Gulf Islands.
Cool. Well, yeah, there's lots of acts here. I'll just read out a few. Camel Evan, Andre Nobles, Beggar's Drum, Stefan Levesque, Island Roots Reggae, Paul Gellman. A lot of great music from this part of the world. I'm going to experience myself there. We're talking about the Salish Sea Islanders Festival. It's the first time this has been held. It's a community-run grassroots Gulf Islanders gathering on the Canada Day long weekend, Gabriella Island. And just once again, if you want, we only have a couple of free tickets. So if you're the first 2 people to email ozstranded at fastmail.fm, we can get you there. It's a quick ferry ride from Vancouver to Nanaimo and then across to Gabriola. So thanks, Daniel. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. Yeah, and I think we have time for one more track too.
Absolutely, I'll play my Fool's Gold song.
It is. It's coming out. Fool's Gold. That's great. All right.
Spotted something shiny as I stood and took a leak. So I picked up my old shovel and I filled up my old boat. I took it right to Dawson to find out it was fool's gold. It was fool's gold. It was fool's gold. Let's head up to the Yukon to find me that mother lode of fool's gold. Of fool's gold. Let's head up to the Yukon to find me some fool's gold. I wish I never met you. Wish I never saw you stinking ugly old face. Yeah, I was doing fine. Don't want your money. And whiskey is for one, and beer is for two. Don't want your money. And cheap sticks and PTO. had myself a good time. Was a good choice, don't you think? So I spent them $16 and I made myself a friend and cried myself to sleep and dreamt about a whole creek around the bend full of fool's gold, full of fool's gold. Let's head up to the Yukon, find me that mother-in-law. A fool's gold, a fool's gold. Let's head up to the Yukon, find me some fool's gold. Let's head up to the Yukon, find me some fool's gold. Yeah.
All right, that's Fool's Gold by Daniel Martin, live in the CiTR studios, based on a true story.
Kind of embarrassing, but that's all right.
Oh, perfect start for a story. You know, these things happen, you know. Imagine what that song would have been, though, if it was real gold.
Oh man.
You wouldn't have even written a song. You'd be like, who knows? You would have been jumping up and down.
Yeah, who knows?
You know.
Who knows?
Well, thanks so much for coming in, Daniel. So yourself and the Goatboys will be at the Salish Sea Islanders Festival at Gabriella Island all weekend, and in particular, you'll be playing pretty much right now. Friday night is when show is airing, but also on Saturday at the Skull Pub. At what time?
We'll be starting around 10.
Okay. All right, so catch the Goatboys there, along with other great bands like Shed from Gabriella Island. They're a favourite from this show. So yeah, thanks so much, Daniel, and we can catch you online at. Can you remind us again? We have SoundCloud.com/GoatboysRock.
Yeah, or my Facebook is facebook.com/DanielMartinMusic.
Yep.
And I have a YouTube song. If you want to YouTube, Hello Karma, Daniel Martin. That's another one of my favorites.
Okay, and we might have time too if you have requests from any song, maybe a local artist or anyone that you know, or anything that comes to mind.
Well, I'm actually going to pick one of Canada's my favorite Canadian punk band. They're called Gob, but they're from the West Coast here. And I'm going to pick a song called You're Too Cool.